video, I'm going to be sharing with you 3 things that I wish I knew before getting started on NoFap. Okay, the third thing is especially insidious because it discusses the root cause behind where porn addiction actually comes from. Okay, and this is something that I suffered from even after like 186 days of NoFap. So make sure to stick to the end of this video so that you know exactly how to deal with this issue. Okay, so between the ages of like 16 to 21 years old, every single morning, every single night, I was busting my nuts, I was jacking my beanstalk. It was like a morning and evening routine for me. Okay, and this was really a habit which had invited a bunch of other bad habits into my life. As I talked about in a previous video, bad habits come in pairs. Okay, any habit that weakens our willpower opens up a space for the relatives of this habit to come in and flock in and destroy our willpower even further. Okay, as I talked about, how you do one thing is how you do everything, and it's really about taking charge. And if you are currently addicted to pornography, these are 3 things which will help shortcut the process towards actually overcoming this addiction and getting to the root of why you are doing this in the first place, so that you can go on to show up as a more capable version of yourself. Okay, so the first thing that I wish I knew before getting started on NoFap is that your mind and your body will play tricks on you. Okay, when we first get started, we're determined, we're motivated, we're like, yo, this is it, this is my last time right now, and like, that's it, I'm not gonna do it again. And then the next day there's these whispers in your mind saying that, oh, let's just do it one more time, it's gonna feel so good. Your body is craving that feeling, and this is really the time where you are tested for your character. This is the time where you must exert that willpower to overcome this nature of yours. Okay, what distinguishes human beings from every other animal out there is the ability to choose beyond what our nature is telling us to do. Okay, all these other animals, they are reacting compulsively, they are reacting to how their nature is. They cannot act in any other way than what their nature tells them to do. But with us, our nature could be telling us to do one thing, but there is a higher organ of perception, which is our creative imagination, which is our willpower, which is our ability to choose how we want to show up in that situation. So when your mind is telling you that you should just do it for one more time, even though yesterday you said it was going to be your last time, because I went through this cycle of relapse a lot of times. Okay, telling myself that right now is going to be the last and only time that I'm going to watch porn, but then lo and behold, the next day I'd be back at it. Okay, so even the same with your body, and the reason for this is because of the dopamine loop. Okay, every single habit that you have was established using this first loop. Okay, the first thing is a trigger. Whether you're feeling lonely, whether you're feeling hungry, whether you're feeling angry, all right, it's halt. It's like hungry, angry, lonely, or tired. That's what ends up being a stimulus for us to exhibit these destructive habits. Okay, that stimulus then signals a craving, which is a change in state, as a result of elevated dopamine. Then there's a behavior, which is a thing that we actually do. Then at the end is the actual change in state that we experience. Okay, so your body has become wired to favor this dopamine spike that comes from watching porn, from busting a nut. So your body will keep telling you to do it because dopamine is the hormone that drives human behavior. It drives motivation. So if you have gone through the motions of watching porn for a number of years, then your body has been conditioned to favor this as a reward. Okay, and the previous caveman times understand that our body, our brain is pretty much the same thing that humans had 200,000 years ago. Okay, they found that the prefrontal cortex, which is the most evolved part of the human brain, is about the same size as the prefrontal cortex of the remains that they found from humans from like 200,000 years ago. So the fact is that the environment we live in right now is of course very different than the environment that they lived in then. But the thing is that they were basically going through the motions of whatever gave them a dopamine spike. That was the behavior that was wired into them. But today, of course, we can go too much in the other direction, whereby we can go on to exhibit a behavior which is actually destroying our well-being, but it is actually boosting our dopamine. So that is where the issue comes in. So we have to transcend that lower nature of human transcend the lower human nature and choose how we want to show up in that situation. Okay, so your mind will play tricks on you, your body will play tricks on you, but your objective over here is just to grind it out, to grind through the willpower, whatever you need to do to stop that craving. Okay, whether you need to hop into a cold shower, whether you need to drop down and do 25 push-ups, whatever it is that you can do to avoid relapsing. Like, I think there's a timeline between like 30 days, 60 days, 180 days, 90 days, however much time it takes for you. For me personally, the last day I kept track was 186 days, but it's been more than 4 or 5 years since I've actually watched porn at this point. Okay, so however many days it takes for you, like, do it, track it, but you have to put your willpower and get to at least 90 days or at least 60 days, depending on how deep you've dug yourself into the rabbit hole. Okay, because your mind will tell you, your body will tell you, you feel like it, but you have to transcend your feelings. You have to become who you really are. Okay, and you have to do that by exerting your willpower, by choosing how you have already made the decision to show up. Okay, decision comes from the same Latin root as incision. Okay, a real decision means that you cut off all other possibilities. You are doing this no matter what. You have made the decision to quit watching porn. So no matter what your body tells you, no matter what your mind tells you, you will go ahead and stick with this decision. Okay, now the second thing that I wish I knew before starting NoFap is that NoFap is a journey. Okay, NoFap is a journey because there is a destination at the end, which is to rewire the negative side effects that pornography has had on your brain. Okay, people say that the journey is more important than the destination, but the fact is that the destination determines the journey, and without the destination, the journey is aimless. Okay, it's not like if you had no destination to get to the top of the mountain, then you would just be roaming around the mountain not knowing where the destination is. But once you get to the top of that destination, then it opens up a pathway for a new journey in your life. Okay, at the end of the day, NoFap is a means. And this is something that factors into every other area of my life. I've seen that so many times that when I focus on what I want to achieve, what my goals are, they are actually means goals, okay, rather than the end goal. It's like, I want to make more money, okay, but money is a means to an end. What am I going to do with this money? What is this money going to be used for? Because money is useless until it is used, okay? Uncle G told me that. So we have to understand what the end goal is in our lives, not only for the NoFap, okay? We understand that for NoFap, we have to reverse the negative side effects of pornography. But in our lives, I learned from Vishen Lakhiani of Mind Valley that there are really 3 key things that we have to think about, okay? The first and foremost is, what experiences do I want to have in my life? Okay, of course, with the reversing of pornography, the ability is for us to open up, to form deeper social connections in our lives, to feel more confident about ourselves, to have more self-respect, which we can then go on to channel into creating experiences that enhance the quality of our lives. Okay, it's all about the experiences. At the end of the day, when we're sitting on our deathbed and we're looking back, we're going to be looking back at the experiences that we had with the people that we loved. Okay, so that's the first thing. Like, yes, you have to get started on NoFap if you're watching too much porn, but after that certain point, once you reverse the negative side effects, you have to actually, even before you get there, think about what experiences you want to have in your life, which will determine your decisions that you make in the present moment. Okay, so what experiences do you want to have in your life? Secondly, how do you have to grow in order to have these experiences in your life? Okay, because of course the only thing that's standing between where you are right now and where you want to be is a gap in your skill set. How do you have to grow? What skills do you have to develop? Who do you have to go and meet? What do you have to do in order to close the gap between where you are right now and the ability to have these experiences in the future? Okay, what skills do you have to develop? And that is the most important thing that you can consider. Okay, like I said, NoFap is a journey. It's a self-improvement journey, but once we get to the destination, which is to reverse the negative side effects of porn, then a new journey opens up for us to reconsider our priorities in life on what terms of what experiences we want, how we want to grow, or how we have to grow in order to have these experiences. And then thirdly, how do we want to contribute? Okay, this is a deep desire of the soul to expand, to contribute to fellow human beings, to serve. Really, that is where the true fulfillment comes from. So if you can ask yourself these questions, then you can get a blueprint for what it is that your soul wants in your life. What experiences do you want? How do you have to grow to have these experiences? And then what contribution do you want to make in your life? Okay, when you focus on these three questions, you are focusing on the end goal rather than the means goal. Okay, yes, NoFap, like I said, is a journey which can help reverse the negative side effects. It can open up the avenues for you to go and form deeper connections with people, have more self-respect so that people can respect you as a result as well. But these three questions are what you should be thinking about, which really get to the meat of the matter, which get to the end of what you seek to accomplish in your life rather than the means to the end. Yes, I want to be stronger. Yes, I want to look good. Yes, I want to build more muscle. But why is that the case? More often than not, it's to be attractive to the opposite sex. More often than not, it's to feel confident so that you can feel good about yourself, so that other people respond to you that way. Okay, so this way we can shortcut the means and get to the end of what we actually want in our lives, okay, by asking ourselves these three questions. Now, the third thing that I wish I knew before getting started on NoFap is that porn addiction is actually a symptom of a deeper root cause, okay? So when I went through the journey of going through 186 days and, I was like, okay, I'm done. I'm like not doing porn. I'm not watching porn anymore. And NoFap is not really serving me in terms of becoming the type of person that I want to become. I'll link out to another video over here on the difference between NoFap and semen retention, because most guys are confused about them being the same thing. So at that point, even though I had reversed the negative side effects of porn, I had switched over to another addiction whereby I was binging on sugar too much. I was smoking too much weed. It's like I was still, exhibiting these habits, which were an escape from my current reality, which was revealing to me that I was not living up to my potential. Okay, so the symptom is porn addiction. The symptom is eating too much sugar. The symptom is smoking too much weed and drinking too much alcohol. But the root cause is that this is actually a coping mechanism to fill a void of meaning and purpose in our lives. Okay, I've made other videos about this as well, but you have to get to the core of your purpose in life. Why are you here and what do you seek to do about being here right now? Okay, life is the most beautiful gift that anyone could ever ask for, and our responsibility, our duty, our obligation is to figure out what gift we will give back to life, because that is the only way to be truly fulfilled. Okay, Tom Bilyeu of Impact Theory says that the punchline of life is fulfillment. Okay, there's a quote that says that success without fulfillment is the ultimate failure, because when you don't have success, then you think that getting success will make you fulfilled, but then you get it and you're still not fulfilled, then you're like, there's no hope there, there's no hope. I'm hopeless right now because I thought that success would give me fulfillment, but here I am and I still feel like shit. So what is it that really will give me fulfillment in my life? At the end of the day, that's for you to decide. No one can tell you what your purpose is, but a great exercise that I've talked about on this channel before is to contemplate your own funeral, contemplate what people are saying about you on your own funeral, list out a set of character traits that come out as a result of that, and live into those every single day. Decide what behavior you will exhibit in order to express these virtues in your life, okay? So NoFap is great. NoFap is an awesome tool for men to improve themselves, to reverse this damaging effect that pornography has had on the mass castration of the divine masculine. Like, pornography is really destroying our masculinity, and your responsibility is to reverse these effects so that you can go on to show up as a more capable version of yourself, so that you can go on to help other people for yourself, so that you can show up as a kinder version of yourself towards everyone that you come into contact with. Okay, so these are the three things that I wish I knew before getting started on NoFap. If you like them, click a bunch of the buttons below so that you can continue seeing more videos from me. If you didn't like them, click the dislike button so that you never have to see me again. I don't want to show up on a video. I don't want to be showing up on your homepage if you don't want to see the videos from me. But leave a comment below and letting me know your number one takeaway from this video, and also let me know what else you want to see from me coming up. Okay, so with all that being said, this has been Mo, and I will see you in the next video.